Section 3.5a is about solving equations with variable on each side. We're just going to practice solving equations here, but this time, instead of having a y that we want to isolate, you'll notice that there's a y on the left side of the equal sign and a y on the right. That creates a situation in which we have to get all of the y's together on one side first. Now there's two ways to deal with that. First of all, you could think I'm going to move everything from the right side to the left, and you could subtract 7y. That would be one way to do that. Now if you subtracted 7y, you'd end up with a negative 2y over here. Now that's personally not my favorite way to do it. I prefer instead to subtract the variable that has the smaller coefficient. And in this case, 5 is smaller than 7. So I would prefer to subtract 5y from both sides. Because when you do that, you end up getting a 7 minus 5, which is a 2y over here. I like to keep my coefficients of my variable positive whenever possible. I just think it's easier to deal with positive numbers. Somebody might teach you to move everything to the left side, and that would be perfectly fine. You can solve this no matter which method you choose, but I choose to move the smaller coefficient. So here's what our next line looks like. Now it's just a reverse PEMDAS problem that we learned in the last couple of videos. I want to isolate this y. We'll start by adding the 2 to both sides. 8 and 2 is 10. And because now this 2 is connected with multiplication, the opposite operation is division of 2. You end up with 5 equals y, which you can just easily rewrite as y equals 5 with the y on the left side. Here's another equation we're asked to solve. Notice there's a c on the right side of the equal sign and a c on the left side. So I'm going to move the one with the smaller coefficient. 5c, to move that I subtract 5c, because 5c minus 5c is 0. Whatever I do to the right, I better also do to the left. 20c minus 5c is 15c. Rewrite the rest of the equation. Now that I've successfully moved all the c's to one side, I can now isolate this. Doing PEMDAS in reverse, so we'll deal with the addition first by subtracting. 5 minus 5 is 0. 65 minus 5 is 60. And because the 15 is connected to the c with multiplication, we undo that with division. Cancels those, and we end up with c equals 4.